This is about muscle memory. We went over to do the European tour and Van got the flu, and we canceled the first 2 weeks of the tour, and we all just hung out in London while he got over the flu. So the first dates after that were Dublin, I think. And so we went to Dublin, and during the rehearsal and the sound check before the show, we had 2 shows one night and 2 shows the second night. But during the sound check, his voice wasn't quite up to par. So instead of doing Moon Dance in A minor, we decided to take it down a half step. Fine. On the road, the band would play 3 or 4, maybe 5 tunes in front, usually 3 or 4 tunes, and then start the vamp for Moon Dance. Bum, 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 bum. And Van would come out and start singing. So we started the vamp in G sharp minor. Van came out and started singing in A minor. And one by one, we all caught on, but it wasn't like we all caught on at once. It took about 16 bars for everybody to get up a half step back to the old key. It's just this muscle memory that singers can get. It's the way it feels. And he just started singing bang in his old key. It was one of the most unique experiences, unique moments of my musical experiences. Besides singing, he also played alto saxophone and harmonica. He probably had played tenor saxophone, but I was playing it. He loaned it to me. As a matter of fact, he sold it to me when I left the band. And I played it for well over 20 years before I replaced it. When he played alto saxophone, he had a primitive approach to it, like some of the primitive approach he has to voice. It was unique. It wasn't always in tune. It didn't always have a well-balanced tonal quality to it, but it was expressive beyond belief, like his voice is. You know, you couldn't describe his voice or his saxophone playing as being clean or necessarily in tune by certain standards or having a pure tonal quality. It's just Van, and that's the way he played on the alto sax as well. Now harmonica, he only played a few times, I remember. He had a very blues-driven style on the harmonica, but he also would mix the harmonica notes with vocal notes, and so there was often more than one thing going on there. And it was interesting. I don't know if I've heard anybody else do that.